and welcome to episode 13 of Geeky Girls Knit. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Damaris, also known as Damaris Dash a bit weird.
And we're glad to have you here today. We are actually recording one day early. Today is Tuesday, November the 20th. And we're recording early because we are going to be doing something with family for the holiday tomorrow and Thursday. Thanksgiving. I was fixing to say that.
Everyone celebrates Thanksgiving.
Well, for our viewers in America, Thanksgiving is on Thursday, but for our viewers not in America,
it's not on Thursday.
I don't think that Thanksgiving is on Thursday. So
Thursday's just Thursday.
Happy Thursday. So that's why we're recording a day early, but the current plan, unless things change, is not to publish it until tomorrow on Wednesday like normal. Yeah. So, episode 13 of Geeky Girls Knit. Let's get started.
We are going to talk about what's on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Mare?
The second fingerless glove.
Bum, bum, bum.
Ta-da!
That means you have a foe.
Huffo.
Huffo. Huffo.
Huffo. Huffoop.
God bless you.
No, a huffoop.
A huffoop.
A huffoop.
A half-finished project. Okay, so are you going to wait until finished projects to show us the finished one?
Yes.
Okay. So, well, these are the Susie Rogers reading mitts on US 5's 3.75 millimeters. Pagewood Farms United Nations. I love that name. Swagger Light in Army Girl.
Yes. That's my favorite color.
Pink?
Army Girl is my favorite color.
It's got greens and browns and a little bit of pink.
'Cause it's awesome.
Yep, it sure is. Okay, so what I have on the needles is another gift. So if this gift is for you, just pretend like you don't see it, but I'm not going to tell you who it's for. Okay, so these are the pattern is called Malabrigo Hand Thingies, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry.
Hand thingies?
Hand Thingies.
That's what it's called?
That's what it's called.
Okay.
And I'm being the, I can't think of the word, overachiever that I am. I'm doing them 2 at a time, which made for a lot of crying and weeping when I had to rip them out when they were over halfway done, because I didn't do a gauge swatch.
I didn't do it.
So the pattern calls for it to be done on US 7s, which is, I think it's 4.5 millimeters. However, I got I was through this whole section. I was probably about this much done and tried them on, because the person I'm making them for probably has about the same size hands as I do. And they were extremely tight. They did not fit. And so then I pulled out the handy-dandy measuring tape, and I was not getting the right stitches per inch. It was supposed to be 5 stitches per inch, and I was getting like 3.5.
5 stinches?
Yeah, 5 stitches.
What's a stinch?
Chewy, that's stitches. No, not really. So I cried and weeped and ripped them out last night and restarted them. So I've made some pretty good progress for having ripped them out. And I'm doing these in Universal Yarn Classic Worsted Impressions, colorway 4912, red, yellow, and pink.
That's really what the color name is called, red, yellow, and pink.
It doesn't...
Because they can't be bothered to make something awesome up.
Yeah, I think we discussed that last week.
They can't be bothered.
They can't be bothered? We're making up all kinds of words today.
No, bothered is another word that means bothered.
Oh. Oops, I didn't know. My earring
I ain't bothered.
My earring is, like, twisted. There we go.
I ain't even bothered.
You ain't bothered?
Nope.
But, so I'm hoping to finish these. We have knit night tonight, so I might finish these tonight, depending on how much talking and laughing occurs at knit night.
A lot.
Yes. it does. If not, I should finish them tomorrow as we're in the car. And I have already packed, actually Damaris did it for me. Would I pack like 4 or 5 projects to take on the trip? Yeah, because they're all small projects. So she packed them up for me, yarn, needles, and everything. And all my patterns are on my Kindle, so I am ready to go and spend the trip knitting. And listening to Cabin Pressure.
No.
I'm sorry, was I supposed to not say that?
Not yet.
Oh. Pretend like you didn't hear that.
You didn't see anything.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
I didn't know we were droids.
That was not the statement you thought you heard. Alrighty, let's move on to the next segment. Alrighty, now it's time for finished projects, finished objects.
Finished stuff.
Finished stuff. Well, mine is completely finished. This is lack of sleep last night. Okay, so this is the Camden cap by Woolly Wormhead that I was working on last week. So there's the brim. It still needs a little shaping. It's got part of a soda bottle in it to make the brim. And then there's the rest of the hat with a piece of hair on it. There's the top.
It's a star.
It has a part in the pattern to, like, knit a cover for a button to put on the top, but I decided no.
It's an asterisk.
It sure is.
No.
It's also
yes.
like a snowflake. Look, it's snowing.
Or is
it's snowing.
Is it an asterisk or not? No, it
No,
only has 5 points. Wait.
1, 2. No, it has 6 points, but it's missing this one. It should have 8 points if it was an asterisk.
It's not an asterisk.
Yeah. Anyway, this is also out of the Universal Yarns Classic Worsted Impressions, 4912, pink, red, and yellow. It goes with the fingerless gloves. How great is that? And see, I even kind of coordinated, you know, because you see the lines. And these ones aren't as obvious, but the fingerless gloves do have ribbing lines on them.
You should have done pearls in between them.
I wasn't sure how it would turn out because this is a different technique for making the lines than this was. This was a knit through the back loop. This is slip a stitch. So, they're going to the same person. Thus, the same yarn, the same kind of technique. I tried to kind of connect it. So, other than trying to deal with shaping the brim, that's kind of been the pain. I do really like the pattern. I think it turned out really cute. I kind of like how the yarn pooled. And I will be making another one of these because I'm going to make the same pattern for myself, but just in a different yarn. Not sure what yet.
If I had one, I would want it in that blue and gray yarn.
Oh, that would be pretty.
Yeah, but we'd have to get that yarn because it's discontinued.
I don't know if there's any more at the shop or not.
There is, I think.
So, but I have to finish birthday and Christmas knitting first. So, what did you huffo?
What did I have finish object? What did I have finish object?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you mean what did I have...
What did you huff? Pretty.
Live long and prosper.
I really like that pattern. Because I have the same pattern.
I finished it while watching something awesome narrated by someone awesome and English.
We're going to talk about that in Yummies. So yeah, I've done this same pattern myself in a solid pink. Did I show those last week, I think?
I think you did.
So, but I really like the... Hold your hand back up there. I love the... because our little thing is going to go up there that says Geeky Girls Knit. I like the little edging, kind of the points. If you do it with yarn overs and then you fold it and hem it on the top and bottom.
I like this part right there. It's shiny green.
It's very pretty. Yeah. And you should finish the other one
sometime this week.
And then you'll have a huffa plus a huffa, which is a fuffa. Fuffa-o. A fully finished object. A fuffa-o. Achoo.
Gesundheit.
Yes. That's all we've done this week.
Neat. We're so lazy.
And I was so proud. I was going to show y'all that I was done with these today, these fingerless gloves, and then the tragedy occurred that I had to frog. So, alas, it did not happen. So, next week, because I will not be gifting these before next week. Nope. All right, that's our foes and huffos. Or fusses and huffusses. We'll be right back. All right. Hopefully this is going to work this time. We've been having a little technical difficulty with this section. This is the part of the show that we call Yummies.
She calls it yummies. I don't. I call it things we like at this moment in time.
Our current favorite things. So what's your current favorite thing, Mare? Okay, why is this your favorite thing?
Because I found an app on my phone that lets me search for ringtones, and now I have Sherlock ringtones on there, and I have Doctor Who stuff on there too.
And cabin pressure.
Yes, I did a bing bong. The bing bong. No, bing bong.
Like
Hello.
when they're fixing to talk?
Yeah, cabin address. Bing bong. Hello, this is Captain Martin Creve.
I think we are kind of having video issues again. I hope not. Okay, we'll keep recording and see what happens.
Yeah,
okay.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, we are going to listen to as much cabin pressure as we can while driving tomorrow. Then we're going to listen to as much cabin pressure as we can on the way back on Thursday.
Yes. Lots of cabin pressure.
Lots of British awesomeness.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so my yummies for this week are, today is my mama's birthday and my mama and daddy's anniversary. So, happy birthday, Mama, and happy anniversary, Mama and Dad. And what else? Oh, I had a funny thing happen this week that I was going to tell y'all about. So I've been a member of this online group, since before you were born. So probably about 14 years now. And that very first year, we decided to do a Christmas ornament exchange where you're matched up with someone and you send a Christmas ornament to them via the mail. And so we've been doing that. I guess this is the 14th year. Wow.
Awesome.
Yikes. Anyway, so we're assigned a person and we send an ornament out through the mail. And we try to send them out before Thanksgiving because a lot of us decorate at Thanksgiving time for Christmas. So this year, I sent my ornament out, and then I got notice that the person who was sending me an ornament had sent it out. And so on, was it Saturday?
I think so.
On Saturday, Russ brought the package home from the post office. And so I open it, and it has this packing slip in it from the company that she had it ordered from that says a description of the ornament, and there was this nice, sweet little note in it in the package from the lady. And then I start unpacking the package to get to the ornament, and it was not an ornament at all. It was a box of locker magnets.
That are animals.
That are animals. And their arms and legs have magnets in them. Yeah, it was pretty funny. So I contacted the lady, and the company's sending out the correct thing, but we had a good laugh over that. I guess I could decorate the tree with those.
There's nothing magnetic on them.
I don't know.
The tree.
It was really funny, though. So, and then when I told the group about what had happened, we all had a really good laugh over it, so we thought it was pretty funny. So, okay, I guess we're going to talk about this here and not in TV. We watched a documentary miniseries this week.
It was science-y.
Do you want to talk about that?
It was science-y and Cumberbatchy. Those are the two words to describe it.
Yes.
It's called Into the Universe with Stephen Hawking, and
it was narrated
by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Yes.
And there was 3 episodes of it. We watched it on Netflix. The first one was about aliens. The second one was about time travel. And then the last one was called The Story of Everything. And so it was pretty interesting to watch and see how his mind works and what scientific things about what might be out there and things like that. So
I thought it was where Benedict Cumberbatch played Stephen Hawking, but that it was the TV movie Hawking.
Which is not available on Netflix.
Nor is Third Star or Parade's End. Netflix. Get those things.
So, we also watched one of my favorite movies together that you had never seen before.
It was made in 1993. 6 years before I was born.
We watched Sleepless in Seattle together. It was good.
Yes.
What was that line you liked?
When you're attracted to someone, it just means that your subconscious is attracted to their subconscious. Subconsciously.
So, we enjoyed that. We watched that together. Sometime. Saturday?
Yes.
Friday? Maybe? I don't know.
Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
Yes. Because Daddy wasn't here.
Oh, that's right. He had to go to that meeting. Okay. Sorry, all my days are confused. So that was fun to be able to introduce that to her and point out all these different people that she's now seen act in different stuff, and she was like, oh my goodness. So that was fun. Alright, so I think that's the end of Yummies. Yummies. Staying alive, staying alive.
That's my dad's ringtone. For when he calls me, that's what we'll play.
What plays when I call you?
A song from the Series 1 soundtrack of Sherlock called Pink.
Aw, because I love pink.
We apologize for the video quality. It's being weird and persnickety.
Hopefully it's not as bad as it's looking as we're recording.
We apologize.
We'll try to figure out what's going on this week so that it won't be this bad next week. Alright, on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what books we're reading and what TV we're watching. I still have Through the Looking Glass. Need to get a new book.
Got to finish writing the rest of the report on that one.
Yeah.
So, I think you should read this one, though, that I just finished as one of your next ones.
I know, but I have a whole nother list of books to read.
I know, but this one we've borrowed from a friend. So, this is one of the books I read this week. I think I showed it to y'all last week. Sun by Lois Lowry. And this is actually the fourth book in a four-part series. The first one was called The Giver, and then Gathering Blue, and then Messenger, and then Sun. And all four of them are kind of set about a utopia.
Utopia.
But I know, but I was trying to make it with a C at the end. Utopic? Is that a word?
Utopian.
Utopian. That's the word I'm looking for. So, and it was, I thought it was done after the third one, after Messenger. I didn't know there was going to be a new one come out. And then the friend that had loaned us the first three gave us this one, and apparently it just came out about a month ago when I looked it up. But I read it all in one night. It was that good. I was very impressed. I think it is probably my favorite out of the four. But it makes a lot more sense. I mean, it could be a standalone book, but it makes a lot more sense if you read the other three first, because it references stuff in all three of the other books. But it was really a powerful book, and I really, really enjoyed it. So maybe you can take this and read it in the car when we're not listening or whatever.
We're always going to be listening.
Well, but it's a quick read, and it really is pretty good. I really enjoyed it a lot. So I highly recommend Sun by Lois Lowry. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Yes. All right. So we don't have as much TV today because we're recording a day early. And also because some things are on a little bit of a fall hiatus right now because of the holidays here in America. So let's start with Arrow. Gosh, that seems so long ago when we watched it. It's only been a week. Okay. So Diggle, which is Oliver's bodyguard. I think that's a funny name. Diggle. It makes me want to giggle. He wants Oliver to fight crimes, all the crimes in the city, not just go after the people on the list. And Oliver kind of fought with him about that and ended up being willing to deal with a bad situation going on. But I think that is going to be a defining moment for him about, is he only about revenge, or is he really out to try to stop the bad things that are going on and fix some of the bad things that his dad did at the same time. And then Oliver's mom got all upset because Oliver wasn't spending more time with her. They went and got a hamburger together. She wanted to cut it with a fork and a knife.
That's not how you eat a hamburger.
No, you pick it up and eat it.
Nom nom.
I still don't trust her. She's bad. I just know it.
Nom nom nom.
So that was Arrow. Okay. Person of interest. We had another lost sighting. Actually, it was a recurring character. The guy that played Miles from Lost was back this week. It was the first time that they had a repeat number. So his number came up twice because he was in trouble again. He didn't get it the first time. They had to help him a second time. But it ended up that he helped them with what was going on. Snow's the FBI agent, I think is what he is. He's still wired with the bomb, all that jazz. He's got this bomb vest on, and if the lady doesn't type in the code, it'll explode. She has to enter in the code every so many hours, or it'll explode.
It's like Lost.
It's blackmail. If he doesn't do what she wants him to do, she'll explode him. Kaboom.
That's pleasant.
I know. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what my note meant. Towards the end of the episode, or it may have been at the very end of the episode, Carter, which is the female detective, is in a diner type place with John talking, and she is a little bit upset with him because there's stuff that he hasn't told her. And John says something about, how much more do you really want to know? Think about your son. Are you willing to risk your life, potentially your son's life, to know everything that I know and help us? And it kind of left it there. So she's kind of got a decision to make. So, Elementary. This one was about Irene, remember?
Yes. She's dead.
Did you see on the envelope, it looked like it said like her return address was like the Netherlands or something? I could have, it was a brief glance at it, so I could have read it wrong, but that's what it looked like to me.
I did not see
that her return address was like the Netherlands or something. So, but she could have still been American and just living there. I don't know, because you thought she might be American.
Yes.
Okay, so, oh yeah, this is the one where Joan went and back to the place where where Sherlock had been. What was it called? Rehab. Lost my words. So she went to to the rehab center he had been at to try to find out some information about him because he has not been very forthright with her. And discovers, probably not to any of our shock at all, that he really didn't talk to anybody there either. He didn't tell the therapist anything, but he did become friends with the groundskeeper.
Because he likes bees.
Yes, and the groundskeeper has bees. And the groundskeepers who gave Joan the letters that Sherlock had left that were from Irene. And then Sherlock put them in the blender, which was kind of funny.
Let's make a letters from Irene smoothie.
Yes. So, but then
that would taste
probably really gross.
Ah.
And then at the end, we find out that Irene had died. Sherlock does tell Joan that, and all he says is that they were very close and that he didn't take her death well. So my question is, did she die before he went into rehab, and that's what sent him to rehab, and the letters just got to him late?
I thought his drug use sent him to rehab.
I know, but did he start using drugs because he was so devastated about Irene's death? Is what I'm saying. Potentially, maybe. It's a thought. Because, like the letters she could have sent the letters to him wherever he was living, and then they got forwarded to him, and it took that long to get to him. So she could have died, and that's what kind of sent him into the downward spiral. So, elementary. Alright, I have a ton of notes on Fringe this week. This was like a jam-packed episode. And I watched it again yesterday, and I was like, Damaris, look at this! Damaris, watch this! Look, this is what's about to happen, look! Yeah, because it was like just one of those really jam-packed full episodes full of stuff. So, we get the confirmation that William Bell had been working with the observers, which we kind of knew.
Evil.
Yes. Spock. Where's his logic? Anyway, I loved the moment. Hey, don't kick that. You're going to make the camera go shaky.
Sorry.
Okay. I loved the part where Olivia and Nina Sharp got to see each other again. That was a really neat reunion. That was really precious. Peter, yes, is becoming an observer. Did you see the part where his hair is falling out? Just like the observer?
Observers are bald.
And did you notice, like, he kind of started taking on some of the physical movements of the observers, to where he would, like, tilt his head and, like, be thinking about something, or just some of those physical traits that the observers have that are kind of quirky. So, that thing that he put in his neck, yeah, that's bad.
Why did he do it?
Okay. And then Nina and Walter argue over William and Peter and who Walter was and who Walter's turning into, and whether William really loved Nina or not. And Walter's really ugly to Nina and was like, no, he didn't love you, da 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 da. But Nina helps him anyway to get the 2 canisters from Belle's storage. And while they're there finding those canisters, Walter finds a picture of Nina in Belle's safe. And that says to him he really did love her, so he goes back to her and apologizes and gives her the picture. So that was kind of a really neat thing. But he also asks her at the same time to please remove the segments of his brain that they had put back in.
What?
They removed parts of his brain to help him. Yeah. It's all crazy. They removed parts of his brain.
Walter's brain?
Yes.
Why?
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
And then they put some in, and now he wants them out again because they're changing him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then the very part at the very end where Peter has all those timelines in the apartment where he's been following the observers, and then he confesses to Olivia that he implanted the thing in his neck, and Olivia is totally freaked out. She's like terrified, this terrified look on her face, and he's like, I did this so I can avenge Etta's death, and Olivia is like backing out of the apartment slowly, and then his hair's falling out, and then it ends. And we get the preview for the next episode, and it's not for 3 weeks.
Yay. Because Fox loves you.
3 whole weeks I have to wait. And there's only like...
Look at the Sherlockians. We have to wait until next year, probably
I'm
around
one of those
the
two.
holiday times.
I'm one of those 2.
Sorta. But
Are you hearing this? I love Sherlock. I love Fringe too, and there's only like, I think 5 or 6 new episodes left. And then it's done.
But still, Sherlockians have to wait until next year, probably around holiday time.
I know, I'm sad. I really want more Sherlock.
Give it to us, we want the precious.
We'll get The Hobbit in the meantime.
Yes.
Okay, and then the other thing that we watched, it was on just last night, and then Damaris and I watched it again today before we recorded, Revolution. And there's also, there's a new episode next week, and it's the fall finale. So there won't be any more until, I'm assuming, the new year after next week. So it was really interesting to me to watch the hallucinations they had while they were down in the subway tunnel. In most of the cases, I wouldn't say the one about the alligator, but the one about that Charlie had about her dad, and the one that Aaron had about his wife, and the one that Miles had about Monroe, those hallucinations were all very informative to us. Planes. No planes have we heard in the last week, till just now. And it's a Tuesday. So this is like a totally different time than we normally record. I think they're out to get us. Anyway, so these hallucinations really gave us some insight to how they're dealing with stuff on the inside, and we haven't seen it because they were keeping it inside, but then these hallucinations gave us this kind of insight. So that was kind of interesting to me to watch some of these feelings that they were dealing with. The one that really broke my heart was the one with Aaron hallucinating about his wife, because we knew from a few weeks ago that he left his wife after the blackout, and because he felt like he couldn't take care of her, and I hope that at some point they reunite. I think that would be really neat. Okay, and then we find out that Rachel has not really turned her back on everybody. She was building a bomb.
Boom!
Not an amplifier, a bomb. And then Monroe says that he's going to kill her and Danny because he's got this other scientist I can't remember what his name was.
Dr.
So-and-so. Anyway, so Rachel kills him so that Monroe now needs her. And Danny. So. And then it looks like next week, Monroe and Miles are finally going to face off.
Face off.
Again. After however long it's been since he tried to assassinate him. And chickened out.
Bok bok.
Yep. So that's TV for the last 6 days. We'll have to cover NCIS that's on Tuesday night tonight in next week's episode since we are recording a day early. So, TV, books, on to the next segment. Okay, so now we're to the trivia segment. Trivia! Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so last week we started this 6-week contest for whoever knew the answer to the trivia questions each week could email them in or send me a message on Ravelry with their answer, and that would get you an entry. So you can get up to 6 entries into the trivia contest, and then on December the 26th we'll draw a winner. So as of recording right now, we have 4 people who have answered correctly. They are Jordy Bear 614, 4 Peanuts, Knittin' Mom, and Dartfrog 911. So congrats to those 4 ladies who all have 1 entry in the trivia challenge right now. Since we are not going to post this podcast that we're recording right now until tomorrow afternoon, so that there might be somebody else that answers between now and noon. And if so, we'll mention them next week. And I have been contacting everybody who responds to let them know if they're correct and also posting on the board. So, you want to read or tell us about the question last week?
Okay, the question last week was to name the movie the quote was from.
And who said it to whom?
And who said it to whom. And the quote was, "You're the weak one, and you'll never know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for you." And it's from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, the movie, and Harry said it to Voldemort.
Yes. So, like we said, we have 4 correct answers so far. And so now we're ready to go on to this next week's question. If you know the answer, you can either email it to us at geekygirlsknit@thealmonds.com or private message it to me on Ravelry to Java Pearl. Can't talk today. This is another name that movie quote. We want you to name the movie and who said this quote and what it was said regarding when it was said, that type of thing. If you know what the quote's from, you'll kind of understand what we're saying. So, if you know this quote, what movie and who said it regarding what? The quote is, "It is a strange fate that we should suffer so much fear and doubt over so small a thing, such a little thing." Let me read it to you again. "It is a strange fate that we should suffer so much fear and doubt over so small a thing, such a little thing." So if you know the answer, send us an email.
An email.
An email. Not an email. Please don't send us any moles. Yuck. Send us an email or send me a private message on Ravelry. The address and everything is in the show notes. So, that is our trivia question for this week. And with that, this is a wrap to episode 13 of Geeky Girls Knit. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate all of our returning viewers continuing to come back week after week, and we welcome all of our new viewers. We're glad to have you. Just a reminder that we are still having the giveaway contest for when we reach 100 members in our Ravelry group. So if you're not a member of the Ravelry group yet, come join us. Invite your friends, invite your family, because the sooner we hit 100, the sooner you have a chance to win. Also a reminder that my new shawl pattern striations is on sale on Ravelry, and for Geeky Girls Knit members only, there's a coupon code to save $1 off through November the 30th, so that's through next week, and the coupon code is the letters capitalized GGK for Geeky Girls Knit, and then the numbers 1112 for November 2012. So GGK 1112, and that's also in the Ravelry group. So if you would like to purchase my shawl pattern, now's the time to do it and save $1 on it. Our show notes and ways to contact us, link up with us, are all available on our website, Geeky Girls Knit, GeekyGirlsknit.blogspot.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Ravelry, Blip TV, YouTube, the moon. I don't know. We're out there. So find us, connect with us. We love hearing from our viewers. It's wonderful to receive comments and to be able to communicate with you. So come talk with us. We'd love to hear from you. And with that, happy knitting. Happy Thanksgiving to our fellow Americans who will be celebrating this week. And we'll be back next week for episode 14. Have a great one. Happy knitting. Peace.